Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And down to the 20. A big play there on the first play of the game. 47 yards.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on second down, Prescott, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 yards on the play, first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Prescott now. Yeah, that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jared Cook, his third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. Marr now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
After the sack on 1st down, Stafford incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking like the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
32. Stay 50, stay 50.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Austin. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. 1st down, Prescott. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, kill. 27. 26.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to launch this thing. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Set. Waiting. 0.
And what's the ball?
Mark 50. Bravo.
Mark 50. Rabbit.
Hey, 22.
Hey, Mike's 50. 65.
Hey, Alpha.
65. Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50.
Stafford on 3rd down. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
And they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now Austin. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Switch. There we go. Kill.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, 4 down.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And a rout is on here in this 1st half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Typically down to the 1st half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A look at Kerryon Johnson, 2nd-year man out of Auburn. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. 2nd quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out.
Set. 180. Omaha, ready to move.
Block time. Tight end rock.
Omaha, ready to move.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Sam Martin now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
He's tired of you. He's tired of us.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
40 got. Big 20.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. In on the tackle, Devondre Campbell, Falcons' leading tackler in 2018.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Undercrush.
Stafford now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr on for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right,
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Following the interception, here's Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys continue to pour it on. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. Here's Prescott. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chandler Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Mike, easy, easy.
55. All day, all day. Shift, shift.
10, 10. Easy, alert.
Out of the gun, Stafford. This one over the middle, complete to Fulgham. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Man up, D. Man up, D. Check. 41.
Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Set. 280. Like 22.
I think you got it, son.
Watch out.
On 1st down at Stafford. And this is incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 2nd down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting to 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
He's coming. Double up.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Set.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Boy, you got to think that having the 37-year-old veteran Jason Witten back at tight end is going to be great for Dak Prescott for plays just like that. And you think to last year when Witten wasn't there, it was kind of a rotating carousel. They had Blake Jarwin, Jeff Swaim, Rico Gathers, Dalton Schultz. But Witten back out there and doing his thing again. On 2nd down now. Pollard, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep, Danny Amendola. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Second and 10.
Here we go, 4-8.
Know your job.
Here we go, 47.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Four down. Even. 47, 26.
Prescott to throw it. The left side completion to Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Right
Here
here.
we go, 4-8.
51. Right here.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Off. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Check three. Check the backer. Check the backer.
26.
A first down throw for Prescott. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Christian Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
To try again after the sack. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it's a second down.
Let's see what you got.
Throwing. Prescott looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Oh, what a catch there by Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Come on, baby. Let's
The
go.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1 play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Zebra.
From the 27, Stafford, and this one's incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
50-50.
Stafford. Got a man, it's Amendola. And they nearly get get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Blue 60.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Now it's Stafford. It's caught outright, Amendola. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now to Galladay on the jet sweep. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
DeMarcus Lawrence on the stop. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here we go. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Prescott on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
Oh, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Prater for the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Back to it after the pick six. Prescott. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Let's make it.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
To Johnson again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Prater on to add the extra point. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Give him 32 on the play.
Double tight,
Hey, 47.
We got four.
26.
Prescott yet again. That's complete. It's Collins. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
46.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
My game. 32. Check.
Back to throw. Stafford. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. DeMarcus Lawrence. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Check hot route. Hot. Watch
Zero.
Watch the twist.
Middle.
Twist. Watch twist.
Hey. Drill right. 22.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Woods with a pick. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think that lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. Mike, double right.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Now Stafford. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Stafford now to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere, 4th quarter score now for Baltimore. And the Ravens now really pouring it on. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. Throwing here, Prescott. Steps away to his left. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Prescott. Being chased out left. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
Kill.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Amendola set to return it. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Lions will take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Check. Watch twist. Alert. Twist.
Here's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Check 37.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, hey. Watch
Stay 50. Stay 50.
36. 36. Deuce, deuce. Deuce, deuce. Check. Kill.
Third and long. It's Stafford. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Sam Martin now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Now Austin. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Elsewhere, they're into the fourth at FedEx Field. And the Redskins have scored to swing back in front. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. Well, Prescott here to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 53 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.